Are you okay, OBS? Are you having problems? Sorry about that. OBS decided it was gonna get weird. There for a second. So you might be in ads at the moment. Hopefully not. Sorry about that. So anyway, I was saying, I don't know how much of it got through or didn't get through. So now I'm paranoid it's gonna do it again. You could have just painted the whole background, your background color, and then did your sketch in a lighter, like white charcoal pencil or a white chalk pencil or like a light color watercolor pencil. I have a chalk pencil. I believe it's chalk. I don't think it's charcoal, now that I'm thinking about it. But I was afraid it would smudge, and then I was gonna have to deal with the smudginess on top of the background and then have to repaint the smudges out anyway. So I was just like, heck it. We'll just do it this way. We'll just do it this way. Now, OBS has been pretty good about not dropping frames, so I don't know what happened. Could be the weather. Could have been an accident somewhere down the line. Hard to say. It did reconnect on its own without me doing anything, so I was about to stop it and restart it. It's dropping frames again, so don't be surprised. That's annoying. Like, terribly annoying. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt stream again. I really don't want to be battling that all day. It's kind of hard to pay attention to what we're doing. Has it been doing this the whole time? Or did this nonsense just start?
It just started.
'Cause wow, stream is behind. Stream looks frozen at the moment. There it goes. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye on it. I think that's another separate stream now, because it looks like the timer started over again. Which means this is going to be a pain in the butt. For exporting purposes. Really? It's gonna kick me off again in a second. What the heck, OBS? I have Spotify in my ears and it's not affecting that. So whatever's going on is OBS or Twitch related and not our internet. Because the husband doesn't appear to be having any.
Have you actually, like, disconnected at any point?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I didn't disconnect it, it disconnected it for me.
Just now?
A few moments ago.
Okay. I hopped on when you started ranting and it was still running, so I didn't know if I missed it.
Because we started a few minutes before 11 and now it's saying that we've only been streaming for 5 minutes. So, yeah. So it's just being fussy. OBS and Twitch are going to end up on the naughty list. You know, I was really hoping. Like, I honestly did not think that we'd be done this in one day anyway. But I was hoping maybe 2 weeks max. But this might be our holiday. Our holiday one. I might not have the time to do the wreath. Depends on if I go extra early to work on the wreath. I wouldn't care so much, but when I export it to Twitch or to YouTube, it's going to be in how many different video clumps unless I download it and edit it all together, and I really don't want to. I've got enough video editing backlogged. I don't want to have to priority move something to the front of the list for stupid reasons. So if you're watching this in really weird time increment clumps on YouTube, sorry. My streaming software and the Twitch decided to do silly things. And while I could have downloaded it all and edited everything together, then you would be hearing me bitch about having to do it and not see it. So I think we'll just put it up in clumps. I'll just have to space out the timing in which everything is going live over there, I guess. And I'm gonna have to number them part A, B, C. Because I already have to edit the dog magnet, which is like at the bottom of my list. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably not gonna go up until February. I still have video from our vacation that I have not had the time to work on. Because I am so slow with editing. And I was trying to get those needle felted ones done that I owed you guys. Because the one that he was working on, I had to redo because he never finished it and couldn't bring himself to finish it. And then he replaced his computer, and I never got what he had partially done, and he edits them differently than I do. I cut it and then speed it up, and he speeds it up and then cuts it, which I didn't necessarily want him to do. but he was helping me. And I was so particular with how I wanted the cuts done. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. So that's why those went up out of order. Because I was already working on a different one. And now I'm in the middle of the tissue paper project. I'm on video 102 out of 180. So progress is being made if it's, slow, but we're getting there. Considering I had to redo my editing. I got like 30 videos in and was like, I'm having a really hard time remembering which set I've grabbed so far. And it's a very long string of numbers with the way that they've got the date and the time stamped on them. And it's partially backwards and it's got military time on there. And my dyslexic brain likes to flip numbers around and I'm like, did I grab this once? And I'm like, well, let me just name them. Let me just actually come in and number them. And of course, when I did that, I changed the video. And then the editing software was like, this video doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, it does. I just changed the name of it. And they're like, it doesn't exist anymore. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was 30 or 50 videos in and I had to restart. I was not happy. Because of my own stupidness, forgetting that that software is real particular about that. So now I'm numbering them as I'm dropping them in before they get dropped in. Sorry, I'm not sure how long it was fussing with OBS and Twitch earlier. I only knew because Windows desktop was like, you appear to be offline. And I was like, what? Or OBS appears to be offline. I was like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? And that's when I realized OBS was fucking about. So yes, I do have a big section there that I did not fill in yet. I'm gonna grab a different brush. To fill that in. I should have, if I still have the brush, a softer brush similar to this that I should be able to just kind of drop in there. I'm sure the brush texture will look different. At least to some degree. And I do thank you guys for bearing with me today. It's always gotta be something, right? If it's not pets fucking about, causing problems. just while I'm recording or streaming, then it's a parent that's deciding they need something every 5 seconds on that particular day, or the internet's gonna internet. Always something. Let me rinse that. And it's not like it's overly cold. I'm freezing, but like I've got pants on, I've got long sleeves on, you guys. I normally have a tank top on and like a sweater, but I am in long sleeves. Oh my God, last night I have I don't I have a comforter for the bed. However, the way we have the bed currently set up, it's up against the wall on the one side. So one of us has to climb in from the bottom or over top of the other one to get in. And both of us, like, I sleep slightly lower on the bed than the husband does because I've got a stuffed animal and a pillow as a buffer between the wall and my head. Um, because of the fact that we don't have a headboard. We're not actually on a bed frame either. Our mattress and box spring. Well, the box spring's on the floor. And we don't have a bed frame because this floor is a little weird. It's like a fake sticker wood floor vinyl thing. I don't know. But we were afraid it was gonna, a traditional bed frame was gonna put holes in it and make it worse than it already is in places. So we opted to not do the bed frame and just put the box spring on the floor. Fine, whatever. Besides, a frame would have made the bed even higher and given the doggos more trouble getting up on it. You know, it's not a big deal to us. Whatever. We don't care. Um, but that does mean our heads were right up against the wall, so I put the pillow there. So because we were sleeping at different heights on the bed, like he was up higher on the bed than I was, um, the comforter for both of us on the bed was like diagonal almost, since I was sleeping lower than him. So there was cold air that was constantly coming in under the blanket. So we were like, fuck it. And we each have our own blankets. Not comforters, but I have two throw blankets and like a twin sheet that I sleep under, and he has these like 1 to 2 heavier fuzzy blankets. And when we get really cold, we pop out the comforter to throw over both of us. Like if it starts to get down into like the 0 temperatures. I know it's strange, but it works for us, right? And that way the other one's not stealing our blanket. Um you work with what makes you happy, okay? It's your fucking bedroom. Just because that's the way that traditional people do it doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Especially if you have a blanket hog or blanket thief that you have to share with. Um And then you factor in the dogs laying on top of the blanket and pulling it and weighing it down and everything. So the night before last, I had a rough night with anxiety, and I was on the verge of a panic attack most of the night, or anxiety attack rather. And Snuffles wanted to lay on the blankets at my legs, like down by my feet. Except she was pulling the blanket. She's very heavy for something so small. And then Zuzu usually gets under the blankets with me, but no, he wanted to lay on top of the blankets. So they had me pinned, like tightly pinned with how close they were to me. And I was getting upset because I'm like, I can't move my feet. I feel like I'm stuck. You've got to move these dogs. And I was getting all sorts of just like beside myself. And they were making me really hot because of the way they had the blankets pinned. And I tend to sleep hot a lot of the time anyway. Um, so I like the ability to pull one blanket off and on as needed. Well, I was fighting with them most of the night the other night, and Zuzu finally got under the blanket, which made things a little bit easier for me to be able to temperature regulate it. So I'm like, okay, fine. Please get back under the blanket. So then last night, he decides he's going to sleep on top of the blankets behind my legs. I'm like, dude, please come under. You always get under the blanket. And now you're sleeping on top because I think Snuffles was laying on top of him and he got upset. Well, then I was fighting with him and Snuffles again last night after Russell went to bed because I woke up and he's been sleeping in the other room with the kitten. So they don't go stir crazy because the kitten can't be let out to patrol the house at night because he thinks everything on my desk is a toy and is trying to eat everything. So he's still a little too kitteny to have running about at night freely. Um, so these two pinned me so hard under all of the blanket. I woke up to a literal lake behind my legs. Like I had sweat just dripping down my legs. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, y'all, what the hell? It's like, come on now. This is too much. And then the cold has upset my neck pretty badly. So I've been fighting quite a bad headache since last night. So if OBS starts to want to play fuck around games here, I don't know that I've got the spoon to combat it right now. So if we have to end it early, we'll end it early, but it's reconnected every time it's gotten stupid. So hopefully it settles in here. Alright, so this is still coat 1. That we are working on. The husband is trying to cook in the kitchen. And it sounds like Mr. Bean is trying to be his sous chef. Or kitchen inspector. Husband very much wants the kitten to not be where he is, and the kitten's like, no, I'm good. I'm helping. Oh, goodness me. His mom wanted him to make Chex Mix for the other two sisters. I don't know why. I'm like, wouldn't they make their own if they really wanted it that bad? Oh boy. Sorry, I'm just listening to him yell at the cat. I don't know if it's coming through the microphone. It might not be because he's in the other room. My paint is finally starting to thicken up as it's starting to dry on my plate here. So I'm cutting in the first coat of the background color. So I'm just checking on things here. I wonder how many other people were affected, because I know there's a bunch of people doing charity stream kickoffs today. That had to be super upsetting. Or hopefully they didn't get affected. One can hope, right? Yeah, so this cold weather's got my neck in a tizzy. And I'm fighting a throbby headache. Plus a hormonal headache at the same time. And I'm just hoping it doesn't go full migraine on me. Because I really don't want to deal with that today. So hopefully, give me 1 second. Let me give him his spray bottle. He can't really walk away from anything. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me rinse again. So this won't be as splotchy looking by the time we get done. I hope. I might have to use a different brush. For the final coat. I'm hoping I don't, because that brush would be much smaller, which would mean this would take a lot longer. But we'll see. Let's see how things go. We've almost made it back around on the cutting in areas. I know I still need to do a base coat here. On the rest of it. But I'm probably going to need some more paint here. Yeah, this is definitely going to take another week at best. Did you at least move the stuff to the counter
Yes.
while you're not out
Yes, I
there?
did.
And then this, I might actually need to switch to that smaller brush sooner than later to get this whole section in, and I missed a section, it looks like. Okay. Actually didn't realize it was quite that late. So I don't know how much more we're gonna get done here. I might not put more paint out today. Whew. Tell you what, it feels downright bitter. I don't know that Mr. Doggo is gonna get to go to where he wants to go this afternoon either. So he's gonna be right angry. Leave cow alone. Mr. Bean, it was nappy time. All the older cats are settled in for a nap. Mr. Bean's like, fuck this nap shit. It is time to create chaos. Chaos reigns supreme with this void. Well, I mean, at least we got the sketch in, right? If you didn't bring it back, your spray bottle's still gonna be in the kitchen.
No, I've got it.
Alright. I'm quickly running out of paint. On the plate here. Hopefully I didn't mess up my light shapes too much after we spent so much time working on them. But you can kind of see it coming to life here. I don't think we did too bad on our flamingo. I think I'm getting better at them. At least the sketching of them. I can hear him meowing in the other room. Surprised Littles isn't playing with him, but Littles is probably asleep somewhere. Oh, he found a ball. Or he's in the Christmas tree. I can't tell which at the moment. He might have found a ball, though. Didn't quite have the same tone as when he's in the Christmas tree. Okay. A little bit more paint left to use up here. I'm probably not in frame fully. Sorry about that. I have a mark on my desk that I'm trying to keep in the camera frame to use as my reminder for where I'm at. It doesn't always work. But sometimes it does. Yeah, we're getting into some tight spots here where I'm gonna need a smaller brush. Or at least a differently shaped brush. So I think I'll just kind of use up the rest of this down here, where I can get a lot of it pulled out of the brush. And then we can pause where we're at on it today. So since we still have to finish the second coat on the, well, we have to finish the first coat and then do the second coat. This might be our holiday thing that takes us up into Christmas. I don't foresee the rest of it needing as many coats. Probably famous last words right there, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'm not purposely trying to drag it out that long, but it might take that long. I just hope we finish it before Christmas Day. And I think we will. I don't see why we wouldn't, but then again, it is me and we still haven't finished the background on him yet. But that is how we are looking so far. You can kind of see how we're doing. I missed a spot in here that needs some blue. But yeah, so the edges shouldn't take too long to slap a coat on there, and I'll get a bigger brush and we can cut that all in. It's just the little detail-y guys that take the most amount of time getting all up in there. But like I said, I'm fighting quite a bit of a headache at the moment, so I'm gonna call it here. Sorry about the stream being broken up into different pieces and getting interrupted. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Don't forget to follow the socially links down below. That will take you to the Ko-fi for those that don't want to support through Twitch. It's like Patreon. I don't have any membership thingies running right now, so it would be just a donation through there. And that goes directly to our PayPal. It might come up with like the husband's PayPal, Mr. Bright, but it's our PayPal. And we have links to the Blue Sky account, which is similar to Twitter. But my sanity does better on Blue Sky than it was doing on Twitter, so that's why I moved over there. And then we have a link to the YouTube channel where most of the live streams are archived. Plus, you'll come across a few things that weren't live streamed here and there, that were strictly for the YouTube channel. And we also have a link to the eBay store. I don't have anything currently listed on the eBay store right now, but it's there in case you want to keep an eye on it periodically. I might post some stuff over winter. I don't know. I might wait to do another round of farmers market in the spring, and then whatever doesn't sell there, I might throw up on the eBay store. We'll see. We'll see. So, I hope everybody has a good evening. Stay safe. Stay warm. I'll see everybody tomorrow for needle felting. And we'll be picking back up working on the display log for the banana slug. We'll be adding in the bark lines because I did actually finish the sleeve itself for the tree trunk. There's a couple thin spots that I think I still have to address, but I don't think there'll be too much of an issue, especially after we add in our bark lines. So I will see everybody tomorrow for that. And we will pick back up with this guy next time.